Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany and today I'm going to be sitting down with Samantha Matthews from At Weird and Sam to share all about how to become a virtual assistant. We have so much content to talk about, so enjoy.
Hello. Guys, we're in Florida. Currently loving it. We have eaten ice cream twice, watched the sunset 2 nights in a row.
I had way too much food.
We're eating so much. It's so bad. But, you know, it's winter and you can do that. Okay, what's the agenda? What are we going to go over? Tell me a little outline so that we can give you a precursor.
That's my outline.
Okay.
Choosing your ideal client.
Step 1.
It's weird that I can't see myself.
Oh, there we go.
Services you will offer. Building your brand. Creating your portfolio. And networking to get clients.
Ooh, that's good. And then I made a note page too of everything, of a few like key things that she does for us as an assistant that's helpful, or like the most helpful for me. That way, if you're curious on like my side, how it is having her, I tell her all the time, I will sing your praises from like the rooftop because I'm so thankful. I think Dan seeing a difference in me, having that help, like he's thankful. So it's awesome. We love Tiff and really thankful to have her.
Yes.
Okay, anyways, so it's 8:30. Let's jump in here. Tiff's going to start on an outline. We're just gonna go through it. If you have questions or if you pop in later, we got a few more jumping on. Ask questions in the comments, and then if you don't have any till the end, whatever, we'll do Q&A after. So let's do this.
Okay, we're gonna talk about your niche, choosing your niche or your ideal client.
There we go. Okay.
Which, like, this is frustrating.
Yes, picking.
Trying to narrow down what you're gonna do or who you're gonna have as a client. So, who hires freelancers, and what's your niche? Your niche is like who you want to serve, and that, like, if you serve wedding planners.
That was me at first.
Yeah.
When she first worked for us, I was wedding coordinating, and so she started.
There's a lot of creative work, graphics,
Yes.
and that kind of stuff. So you can serve wedding planners, photographers, health coaches, travel agents, real estate agents, online course creators, nonprofits, corporations, RVers, surrogates, Etsy sellers, product sellers, local businesses, podcast hosts, content creators, influencers, teachers, therapists, that work from home and have their own business.
Basically, like whatever you know the most about, kind of go in that direction. Whatever you would feel most comfortable with.
Yeah. So, yeah,
so that you know what you're talking about when you help them, if that makes sense. We'll get into that later.
Yep. And then how can you help them? Like, what do they struggle with? Like, wedding
and pause
planners.
really quick. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
She is looking at an outline. She typed up an outline. In the comments, there's a pinned comment, and you can go back and look at this. So if you're wondering, like, why we're looking over here, she wrote this outline. It's in the comments.
It's a little bit of a mess, but...
No, but it's helpful. It's a lot of information. It's good.
Yeah. So how can you help them, the people that you are choosing to be your niche, I guess? So wedding planners usually need help with, like, promoting their business and creative needs. Like, a big platform for creative people and wedding planners and photographers is Pinterest. So usually they want to build their Pinterest platform. Graphic, what do they struggle with? Yeah. So, let's see. What do I have here? Photographers. Sometimes photographers need help, like, attracting clients. So they'll have you create graphics or posts to kind of advertise for their business. Podcast hosts need help with editing, transcriptions, graphics for their podcasts. Content creators need help with everything.
What do I not need help with?
Social media, emails, engagement, everything. Online course creators need help with managing their content.
In one of your sections,
stuff.
I'll talk about everything you did for Dean's podcast and then everything you do and done for us so that you guys can know.
Yeah, so these are the people you can help, which is going to be your niche. And then these are kind of the options for like who your ideal client can be and how you can help them. So if you have an ideal client and you're focusing more on like, I want to do administrative tasks, if you do administrative, you can do like email management and
setting
you can
up
do calling
appointments, making calls,
engagement, all kinds of.
I was an administrative assistant for a nonprofit, and I would filter emails, schedule calls, do allocations for like his receipts, and then would match it to his bank statement, make sure he had all the receipts. If he was missing a receipt, I would call and get the receipt from the place. So a lot of like little tasks like that.
Yeah. You can do graphic design, web design, social media management, which would be for like basically everything. But content creators majorly, Pinterest managers for the creatives like the photographers and the wedding planners and all that. Podcast manager, online business manager, copywriter, editing, proofreading. So if you have a blogger and you want to serve a blogger, and that's your niche, you do a lot of that. You can be a virtual assistant, obviously. You can be, let's see, that's just part of that.
Yeah.
So basically, what experience do you have from other jobs you have at home? So if you're going to pick one of your niche and who to serve, you can look at, like, for example, if you were a teacher, you scheduled out your content, you created forms and like pages and activities for your children.
Sourced all of that.
Yep, you did all that stuff, and you can use that to apply to what you will offer. Or if you worked at like a bank and you'd know a lot of administrative stuff, so everything you do in life you can like apply it to, oh well, I could help in this way, so I could serve this person because I know how to do all of this. But you don't need experience to do any of this.
It's all, you learn as you go. And even there's a lot of stuff that when we started having her help me that you didn't know or was new for me to release, that I'm like, hey, this is how you do it. Like, we walked through it together. I taught her how to do it or explained how to do it. Or she just researched how to do it and then learned and figured it out.
Yep. Let's see what else. Okay, so we're going to go through each one kind of. So a virtual assistant can do like a lot. There's a general virtual assistant, and then there's like a, what's the word?
Like more directed?
Like a specific.
What's
the word for, not specific?
Narrow?
Specialized virtual assistant who focuses more on like techie stuff or like specifically podcast or specifically
or just graphic
social
design
media
or just blogging,
specifically web design. But a general virtual assistant does administrative, hashtag research, copywriting, blogs, emails, posts, Facebook, Instagram, all of the platforms, calendar management, content creation.
Yes.
Repurposing.
I would, as you're saying all that, I would almost say the more you know, the better. Because if you are real narrow and you only know Pinterest, well, someone who, we're at a hotel with a bunch of soccer kids. So they must be having fun in the hall. But if you only know Pinterest, but the clients that you're finding don't really need Pinterest, or they're as a creator, Pinterest isn't my biggest platform. It's one that I'm constantly working on and growing, and so Tiff's helping with that. But my biggest platform right now is Facebook. So it's like to know multiple platforms is helpful, and so not being to be a specific virtual assistant or specialized to know only one platform could be a disservice. And so the more you know, the better. And so kind of
when you start, do not get shiny object syndrome right
good.
away.
That's good. That's
like, take it on a little bit at a time.
You started with Pinterest.
Yeah.
When she did assisting for us with our wedding planning business, it was about Pinterest because as a wedding planner, Pinterest creative, like that was the best platform to be on. I already had the clients. I just needed like to get other things out there. I had like a ebook that I needed to get out there. And so she started in Pinterest, but then you've learned all these other platforms.
Yeah, like so I started specializing
don't get overwhelmed.
in Pinterest, yes. And then as I got more clients and they needed help with other things, I'd learn a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't get shiny object syndrome right away because you'll get super overwhelmed.
Yes.
So yeah. And then for social media management, which you can do as a virtual assistant, but it's more on like the content creation and the content scheduling and the content repurposing.
I would almost say that this, and you can say yes or no, I would almost say that this would be probably one of your best things to go after if you are looking into being a virtual assistant is social media management, because content creators are becoming more popular nowadays and there's so many out there and there's so many opportunities to to work. If you are more narrowed, your market of clients is just more narrowed. So I would say start with social media management, especially if you are already familiar with platforms, you know how they work, analytics or engagement. Then
it's an easy starter package.
Yeah. And no creator, I was gonna say no creator is gonna turn you down for that, but every creator is in need of it, whether they see the need or not. I did. Clearly, but every creator could benefit from having an assistant. So for those who don't, and you present something to them, they're gonna be like, actually, I could use that help. So
yeah. So basically, if you are a social media manager, you can like schedule reels or posts. You can do hashtag research, which is finding hashtags in your client's niche that are like between 200 and 500,000 that are so they're used but they're not overused, so you're getting attraction from like her followers. It attracts followers.
I like learning niche. This. I'm like learning what she does for me. Facebook. Do you have a section in here where you talk about everything that you do for us?
Oh my goodness. I have it written down, but I don't think it has everything.
Okay. Oh, I lost it.
But, so Facebook and Instagram posts, creating graphics for posts and for stories, and linking affiliate links, or tagging people and creating a story out of, captions, descriptions for posts, reels, YouTube episodes, and descriptions, email campaigns, all kinds of stuff. One of the biggest first, like, you can do as a new social media manager, this is like what every influencer or content creator needs is repurposing packages. So you could do a package basically only repurposing reels for them, and you could charge like $20 an hour. Yeah, or you could do a package for like $300 a month, or...
So when she says repurpose content, so this was our biggest thing starting out. So in March, because you did stuff for us in like 2019 or something. But in March, I got to the point where we had so much content on one platform, but I wanted to expand it to every platform. And so we came up with a plan of what could we do to get at that time, we were primarily on TikTok. I said, I want to get my TikTok on Instagram as a reel, on Facebook as a reel, on Pinterest, on YouTube as a short, and so I said, can you take this one and distribute it to each platform? Because it's something that is so like tedious and time consuming, but it's also super easy. And so for me to offload that and outsource that was like a game changer. And I saw so much return on it. And so for you to approach a creator and say, hey, I notice you are only on, TikTok, but do you have platforms, or do you have pages on other platforms? Do you have someone who can repurpose your content? Because especially Facebook is pushing out reels heavily. Instagram is pushing out reels heavily because they know that not a lot of, or they know that TikTok is taking all of their creators. And so if you go to TikTok and you look at, I just do this for fun sometimes, I'll go to TikTok and I'm like, oh dang, they got 3 million followers on TikTok, they must be like huge. I click on their Instagram, I go over there and it's like 50,000. And so they're not repurposing their content from TikTok to Instagram, and so they're missing out on the opportunity to grow their other platforms because they're only on one. Well, they don't have the time. They may not have an assistant to do that. But Tiff has helped us. So as we've grown on TikTok, her distributing our content to everyone, all of our accounts are growing pretty much at the same level. They're all growing. But when someone only focuses on one platform, they're only growing that one platform. So yeah, they have 3 million on TikTok, but you don't really have good following. If they lose TikTok, it gets hacked or something. They don't have
nothing else.
Yeah, they don't have anything else. And so that for me was the biggest thing. The first like initial thing that I'm like, this is what we need your help on, is repurposing all that. So anytime Dana and I posted on TikTok, she would take it and repurpose it. And it's like you said, easy first thing you can learn to do.
Yep. So so that's repurposing. That's a repurposing package. It's like,
and that's
it's
just
a great
TikToks.
starter.
Yeah, that's just TikTok.
Take
but
the
there's
TikTok video, you strip the logo, and so take off the watermark, and then put it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and if they have like Twitter or whatever.
Because every platform's different. This is kind of getting into like content creation a little bit, giving you a little back end knowledge, but every platform is different. And so like your demographic, so my followers on TikTok are like 18 to 25, but on Facebook they're like 20 to 40, you know, the age range. And so everything's going to trend differently. So one video on TikTok may only get like 20,000 views, but then a video of mine on Facebook gets 20 million. It's crazy how it happens, but it's a different demographic. And so it is so important, such an important thing for creators to do, is to repurpose content. And it happens and it's possible because of an assistant.
There you go. It's perfect. So remember that. That's a great package.
I'm giving you knowledge to pitch to. Sam, tell me what to say so that I can secure this client. Basically.
Yeah. All right, and then Pinterest management. So how you can help photographers, wedding planners, all the creatives, people who want to drive traffic to like their creative business, I guess.
Basically, Pinterest is like a search engine. So it's like Google, but for creative stuff, like inspiration and DIYs and inspo.
Yes.
The inspo of Google.
Yes. Yeah, so, and Pinterest can drive traffic to all of their other platforms too, because that's...
Yeah, just links to it.
Yep. So you basically, for Pinterest management, you create like templates or graphics for pins, and each pin has like a link to a website, a link to a service, a link to a product, an affiliate link, whatever it is. And then in Pinterest, you need to use keywords. So if you have a surrogate, I will look up all the keywords that...
Look at you doing the work.
It's kind of hard to explain. Because all the keywords...
Pinterest I know the least about, and so I'm like, do your thing, girl. Whatever you need to do on Pinterest.
It's different than hashtags, though. But
like similar to SEO on Google, how there's like search engine optimization. You have to have certain keywords. That way when someone types in Google...
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't know. What are people searching? How to become a surrogate. Whatever. You know, they type in Google, how to become a surrogate. Then there's certain keywords that you want to use, because they're going to search those things in Pinterest, and you want just like on the front page of Google, you want to be on the front page of Pinterest. Yes. And so you want to use those keywords for your clients to get them there, to get them in front of or in the search, whatever.
And then in your captions and your descriptions for Pinterest, you have to use all those keywords, and then you tag all the keywords also. But it also can drive Pinterest to podcasts, posts, email, campaigns, blogs. Bloggers are way huge on Pinterest.
Yeah.
YouTube
so if you're
episodes,
a good writer,
if you're
a good writer, editor, find a blogger that you can do and help with Pinterest management.
Yeah, bloggers are good for that.
A good plus with Pinterest management is being good at graphics and like graphic design, which I think you're going to get to this, but is Canva. Canva is like free graphic design website, super user friendly, and it has templates for you. Or even I can be like, hey Tiff, I like this style, this font, these colors. Can you like replicate some that look like this? And then she can do all of them, and I can look at them. But it's, yeah, to be good at graphics helps because it helps with Pinterest, because then it's eye-catching. There's like a lot of science behind it. Similarly to like a TikTok or Reel, if it doesn't catch your attention in the first like millisecond of you watching, you're going to scroll on by. And so there's certain things to learn when you're creating a graphic or you're creating a reel, what to do and how to create it so that it's eye-catching and someone just doesn't scroll on by.
Yeah, basically you need Canva for everything.
Yes.
Like you're gonna create posts
all
like
the time,
graphics for all kinds of
website
posts.
Pinterest,
YouTube.
This outline is on Canva right now. Yeah, YouTube thumbnail, every platform basically.
Canva, remember that.
canva.com.
Yeah, and you can talk about this too. So, podcast manager. Podcast managers help podcast hosts publish, share, schedule content, find guests to be on the podcast.
This is probably another easy one for someone to start with,
probably.
if you want to.
Yeah,
or you're looking.
But then there's some techie stuff in there too.
Yeah.
Edit episodes. Write the transcriptions for the episodes or the notes, show
typing.
notes. Keyword research for you for like YouTube or something. Your captions, descriptions, titles, tags, mentions. Sometimes they'll ask you to help publish their episodes. Like I help her publish them to YouTube, and then share them to the other platforms. Podcast notes help create more content and can be repurposed into email campaigns, blogs, IG stories, Facebook posts, YouTube episodes.
Thinking about Dan's now.
Website, yeah. So like, what do I help you with like podcasts?
So Dan has 2 hunting podcasts, and then we just started ours. So Dan he currently records, edits his own. He has a podcast network that he distributes through. So he sends the episode to him, and then he will publish it on his account. But Tiff would take the title, the description, and then she would put that into an email, scheduled email that would go out the morning that the episode publishes. Or what you can do is take that information. So it's like Dan had already typed it up, sent the link for the sound or a Zoom call, a cover photo, and then you can now put it on. So another repurposing, you can put it on YouTube. So you upload a Zoom call, like the Zoom recording that they did for a podcast. Not all podcasts do that, but those who recognize repurposing content and putting it on more platforms, they do. And so you could take a Zoom call, put it on YouTube as a video, use the cover photo, go to Canva, create a YouTube thumbnail, which is just that cover picture for it, with the title. You have the title for the YouTube. You put the same podcast description in the YouTube description, put links in there to, if they want to listen to it, link back to the actual podcast, put a link for the guest that was in there, put a link of where to follow the podcast host, and reschedule it that way. And so she would schedule all the emails for the podcast, and Dan had an episode on Tuesday and Thursday, and then she would take from Dan's same email the picture that he sent and the description and the tags, and would go to Facebook. Or Pinterest or Instagram, and would put that picture as Instagram. She would post the morning that it went out. She would put that description down there. She would tag the people, and so all Dan has to do is record the episode. She would do the email, do YouTube, do Instagram. Instagram automatically posts to Facebook, or you go separately to Facebook. And then even on top of that, she could go and create a Pinterest for it. Yeah. So his audience may only he may only get some from like his email subscribers, but he could be getting all these other listeners from all these other platforms if he's cross-posting it. And so Dan doesn't have time for that, nor does he probably know how to do all that. And so having someone do that is helpful. And then, like I said, you just distribute it to more. You have the opportunity to reach more people the more platforms you put it on. And so if you know how to do an Instagram post and tag people, you know how to schedule an email on MailChimp, which it's super easy. very user-friendly. YouTube has tutorial videos on a lot of this stuff. So even like you were talking about Pinterest, if you're like, I don't know about Pinterest, watch some tutorials on YouTube. But you know how to do a Facebook post. It's like, go to a podcaster that you know, or, you know, a friend of a friend, or, you know, just search one and say, hey, do you distribute to all these platforms? If not, this is how I can help you. And so, yeah, she would help distribute one episode on like 5 different platforms.
Yeah, some podcast stuff.
I was like, what did Tiff not do for us? She does a lot.
Oh, and then the big one that like a lot of like course creators need help with is online business management, like OBM. It's basically
everything.
It's like an actual assistant. So they need help keeping track of everything and everyone on every platform. So if like if they need to hire another virtual assistant, like you're the one who's gonna vet them and hire them and give them their tasks. Like you're under the creator or the course creator. So they need help or outsourcing to the right people, or they need help launching a course or a podcast or something, or creating a new website. They handle like projects, systems, platforms, all the schedules, book launches even. And they use systems like Trello, Asana, Dubsado, Kajabi to make sure that everybody on their team knows what their job is and like when it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, so more of a manager.
Yeah.
You manage everything.
Yeah, but that, I don't know, I'm not quite there yet.
It could be. You manage a lot. You may not manage like people, but you manage a lot of stuff. She did help with my
You're
book
slowly
launch,
letting go of
my
more.
journal launch. Every week I'm like, hey, can you add this to your plate? Can you fit this in? But it's helpful.
That one's huge. That one kind of comes after you've learned a lot, I feel like. But it's
I honestly struggle calling her a virtual assistant now, because I'm like, you do so much that now I'm just calling her an assistant. But an assistant's not going to be enough, because you're not, I mean, you are virtual, but like, I feel like you do more than just, oh, I'm a virtual assistant. Like, she does so much for us that also, you know, yeah, you may have started with just doing Pinterest, but the trust that we've gained with her, yes, she's our cousin, so that helps, but I also have some cousins that I don't trust, so I can't really just say just because you're my cousin I trust you.
Yeah.
But having that trust, like, Tiff knows some of the deepest information in our business that not a lot of people should know, like passwords, income, like contracts, partnerships, like really key details. And so to have that trust with her is really important. And so whatever client you work for, like, build that, because it will only help you.
Yeah.
Make more, get more opportunities, because the more I trust her, the more she does well and excels, the more I want to like offload to her, which then the more I pay her. And so use that to your advantage to be a trustworthy, good character person.
Yes. True.
What page does this tell you? What page you're on here?
10.
She's on page 10 of 14. If you are in the comments, there's an outline that she's going over. Page 10, but you can view it after too.
Yeah. So building your brand before you like create your portfolio of what you want to offer, who you want to serve. So what do you want your message to be? That's kind of the first thing. Like, when you pick who you want to serve, do you want to serve someone that's like laid back, creative, serious, more professional? Yeah.
Where do I fall in there?
I feel like you're very laid back.
I'm laid back. When I mean business, though, I mean business, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes.
I feel like I'm missing a few things there.
I'm creative.
Yeah, you're very creative.
You
always got some new project.
I'm creative. I'm laid back. I would say professional. I don't know about serious.
Yeah, but serious are like the people
like
who...
executive.
Oh, yes,
like,
executive people that need your help.
Like,
that's a little overwhelming.
Suit and tie. Where it's just a little bit more on your... or a little more weight that you may carry.
And a harder time maybe communicating if you're more of a laid-back person.
Yeah.
So, like, matching with a client is important.
That's true. I mean, if you were, like, all serious, I'd be like, you're out.
Yeah.
I need that feedback.
Yeah, me too. I need feedback. And then what is your business? What services are you going to offer? What solutions to like your client struggles are you offering? How can you help serve them? And then, so like that's your like messaging, kind of your niche. And then you want to pick like your colors for your business, your fonts, your logo.
Again, on Canva, they have templates for media kits or templates for resumes, and you literally just click it and you plug and play. You retype it, add a different color, add a new picture, whatever. It's all there for you, and so it makes it super easy to create that, and write your experience on there. It's a
brand visual.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's a visual resume. Yes. So it's not just like do. It's like this is who I've worked for. This is a picture of who I worked for. This is a picture of what I've done, or a book that I've helped launch, or whatever.
And side note, if you are a virtual assistant or you're freelancing, offering your services, you're your own boss. So if you have a client that
you don't like,
acts like you're their employee, that's not okay.
Yeah.
That's not okay. Because you're not an employee.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get clients like that, and
I'm constantly telling them, like, tell me if you need me to pay you different, you need me to do something different, like, you want to do something different, because I don't, oh, trust me, it's already in the works. Like, I want to keep her around because I need her, and so, and you want to keep your job. So this is like a mutual thing right here.
Totally mutual. Like the client gold mine over here.
That makes me feel good. Well, assistant gold mine, so we're good.
And then for creating your photo, besides all of that,
portfolio.
Your portfolio. Having a portfolio allows potential clients to see what you offer and how your services can help them. So if you have a package for Pinterest, they see that and they're going to be like, oh, I want that. Maybe they don't know they would need Pinterest, though, so you can explain to them like how they need it in your package or how it can help.
And like on how you're touching that, if you're like, hey, I know all about Instagram, let me help you grow your Instagram. And if they go to your Instagram and your Instagram ain't up to par, that's your visual resume too. So like hers, she knows Pinterest, she knows graphic design. So I'm like seeing her graphic design work. I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing. But if you're going to say you're good at something, just make sure that your work reflects that, what you're showing reflects what you say you know.
And you can also get a template for a portfolio off Canva too and just plug and play. But your logo, you can do that in Canva too. You can do something really simple. Simple and cute. They have logo templates. Keep it simple. Use your name or your initials. Like I have one that is like says Tiffany Fogeltanz because I use my name because I'm a sole proprietor, so I'm not like paying for an LLC or something because I'm not that huge. So I use my name for my business because I'm like self-employed. And so I have one logo that says TF and then one logo that I don't even
your
remember
full name.
My full name, yeah, with a little mouse or something, I don't know. And then you can tell us about yourself, like what do you do, how can you help, why are you doing this, like just little things like that so they can kind of get to know you. What experience do you have? So if you were like, let's see, what did I do? I was a daycare worker, so I did a lot of like planning activities, and at one point I was I don't even remember.
But planning and keeping organized, staying organized, staying on top of things.
Like I do all the bills at home, so I'm like really good with paperwork. Like that counts.
Yeah,
that counts as experience.
Count it all.
Oh, I worked online as like a tutor, so I had to do a lot of content. I guess kind of
content organization.
Learning how to talk to people. Teachers, whatever, or kids. What tools can you work with? So for tools, like it's fun to just download apps and basically mess around with them so that you can say that you know how to use them. Basically anything.
And again, YouTube is a great tutorial.
Yep.
Canva is, go to Canva. And
you can Google some like virtual assistant apps or tools, or like MailChimp, or
photo editing,
Acuity planning calendar thing.
Trello,
yeah. Asana, everything. What packages will you offer and what prices will you charge? We'll go over that.
Coming soon. The good information.
And you can do like a few projects for testimonials. So you can say, hey, can I help you with...
Which that's what you started out with us. You started out doing Pinterest as a like trial. And I don't even, that was so long ago now, but our engagement was like, and so it was good for her to use that, to have that like analytics to
put on my portfolio.
Yeah, to put it on her portfolio and to show other clients that like, hey, this is firsthand what I did for this client, and I could also do for you.
Or if they need, so if you're like a techie person and they need help with a website, you can help them update it, or even kind of start to create one for a testimonial, for a review, and you can add that to your portfolio. And then obviously add like, how can they contact you? Don't put your phone number. You can get like a Zoom phone number and put that on there, and your email and stuff like that. And then, okay, so for prices, one more thing, finding clients. Finding clients. A good one. Yes, this one's super important. It's easier these days. So for finding clients, you can network in Facebook groups, or like on...
I didn't realize there was so many Facebook groups.
Oh my gosh, literally. So I joined a bunch of like virtual assistant Facebook groups, because everybody in there is either a virtual assistant or somebody looking for a virtual assistant who joins those groups. Or you can add yourself to like photographers pages, or whatever you want to serve.
And you can see, I was going to say, similar to the surrogate group, like the surrogate groups that I joined, it helped me grow in my knowledge of surrogacy, of like whenever I had my hematoma, like I found out what it was because of my surrogate group. And so if you're, in these groups, you get to know, oh, what do you do? Oh, you're in Pinterest. Okay, well, what do you do for Pinterest? Yeah. You get to see all these other job duties that people have, or how they do things, what they charge. And so then that helps you have knowledge on like what you can do, what you can charge.
Yeah, plus if you're like engaging in the groups and like making comments and stuff, people are going to get familiar with seeing your name, and then when they think they need help, like they might reach out to you.
Yeah.
Yes. And then obviously Reels are huge right now, so if you start creating your own content, people are going to see your Reels. And right now what's huge is, if I make a virtual assistant reel, they'll either message me like, how can I do that? Or how can you help me? Like, what can you help me with my content? Because I made a reel and scheduled it with hashtags that were relevant, and people saw it. Yeah. So I get a lot of messages on, can you help me? How much do you charge? Yeah. Stuff like that. And then you can, on Instagram, you can engage on potential clients like Instagram. Like, don't be spammy, but if they post something cool, or
start engaging with them first,
so they see your name.
They're familiar with you, and I'll say on a creator side, I just got a message yesterday. Hey Samantha, this first time she's ever messaged me. Hey Samantha, I love following you. You're so beautiful. Have you ever tried Monet? Your hair is so beautiful, but have you ever tried Monet? It was like MLM, but I'm like, that's not. Do that. You don't just have your first message being like, can you buy my product? Yeah. Like, follow them, start liking all their comments. Like, I would say at least give it 2 weeks of liking, reply to their messages, engage with them, because as a creator, I'd be like, oh, she follows me, she's been engaging, now she's telling me what she wants to do. Yeah, maybe I'll follow her back, or let me see what she does. But if you just cold call message them, like, it's not gonna go well for you.
Yeah.
Because as a creator, we get so much of that.
That's very true.
And I would say start with people in your circle that you know, or a friend of a friend. So there's like another one of our clients, a friend of mine who is a creator, and I'm like, she knows that I have an assistant and that she's really good, and of course I like share it and talk about it all the time. So she's like, hey, I need help. So it's like a friend of a friend. But if you have any friends or family members who are content creators, or who are a photographer or podcaster, surely someone in your inner circle is one of these people. whether you go to them and you say, hey, can you help? And they can start paying you right away, or do it as an opportunity to build your portfolio and build experience. And then, heck, you may do it for free. You may be really good at it. And then they're going to be like, wait, actually, I don't want you to stop. Can you keep doing it? And I'll pay you. And so start with that. I would say almost before you go cold call, because it is, or at least on a creator side.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, people probably reach out to them so much that you may not get as quick of a response that you would from someone that you know, or personally knows you, or at least through somebody.
Yeah. So that can also apply to like local businesses. If you go on their website and you're a techie person, you can be like, oh man, they're missing so many things, like I could really help. And then those people you can kind of like cold call. And you can be like, hey, I saw this on your website, like I work with this all the time, like this is how I could help you. But don't be like, it's still hard though, because I get messages, and I mean half the time they're from like I don't know, some country, but then half the time it seems legit, and it's like, hey, your website actually could use this and this and this, and I know on my side my website doesn't. But so it's like you may like message and you may not get a response, and so having someone who can refer you, where I can say, hey Tiff, I know this person, they own a business.
Or I can say, hey friend, I know an assistant who would be good, you should hire her. And so if your friends and family members don't need help, see if they know that anybody. And seriously, that right there is like thousands of people. Everybody knows at least 10 people who need help with something like this. And
most businesses have Facebook and Instagram pages, so like they also can use help in social media management.
And if you get a no, don't take it hard, because there's people who don't understand
the value
of it and don't think they need help, or maybe they truly just don't.
They don't know the social media world sometimes, and like how much it could benefit them.
But there's so much benefit in social media marketing these days, social media advertising, just the presence on social media.
Cheap advertising.
Yes, it's free. I mean, if you don't pay for ads, but it's like cheap, free and so there's not a lot of businesses, like she said, that see the value in that. And so for you to say, oh, like, let me help you manage your Facebook, and they're like, nah, we don't need it. It's like, oh, well, you could, whatever. But don't take a no as a hard thing. Just, you'll find the people who are your fit and who see the value in you and what you bring, and who are willing to pay for it.
Yeah. Yes. What else? So when you create content too, like that you want to put out there to get like ideal clients' attention, you want to do content that attracts your ideal content. So don't like make content about something else that doesn't really apply.
I'll put Tiff's TikTok and handle in the comments, so you can follow her and see some of her content that she posts on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, I'm learning the TikTok world, so I'm trying to be more informative.
It's helpful. I mean, it's entertaining, which is what the app is. It's an entertaining app.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like sweating.
I know, it's hot in here because we turned the air off. We did. Yeah. Okay, and so pricing. So a lot of virtual assistants can start at $20 an hour. I would not go
if you're starting
too much less than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then you're going to attract people who just want to take advantage of you, and then they're not going to take your prices seriously, and they're going to try to negotiate.
Yeah.
So stick with like the 20.
Yes.
But you can make up to 50 or even more if you're like specialized in like a full podcast management package, or website design is huge. Like that's creating a website. People charge $800 for that.
Oh yeah.
Just for one website.
Because it's tedious.
It is, yes.
And it's not hard to do, honestly. Like, I have Squarespace, and with no knowledge, I've learned and whatever, put them together. And then now it's like, hey, can you go add this page? Can you add these links? Can you do this? And let me know when it's done, and I'll look over it.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty, once you do it, it's
some
easy.
Platforms are harder, like WordPress.
Yeah.
That's
or
a little
Wix,
more SEO and...
Wixie? Wix.
Yes, Wix.
It's just Wix.
So
my sister has Wix. I'm like...
WordPress kills me. I'm not that good.
Yeah.
So, what was I saying?
About pricing.
Pricing. So, you can either do hourly or make a package. Hourly, I would start at $20 for a new virtual assistant. And once you like get up there and you start to learn more stuff, it's really hard to price hourly after that. So you kind of move into package pricing. And for package pricing, by the time
like a salary.
Yeah, by the time you get there, you kind of have an idea of how much time it takes to do these things. So you put your price into like a package form, but it's a little more because you're offering a little more because you know a little more.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes it'll take you less, but it's like that package.
Yeah.
You know, similar like the salary. You may work a little bit more one month, work a little bit less the next month,
but you're offering that level of help. Whether
based off of your experience and what all you're doing.
Yeah.
What is helpful.
But if you want to look at portfolios, go on like I started on Michaela Quinn's page. She has a podcast, and actually in my bio on Instagram, her free crash course is there for virtual assistants. But they have so many women over there who post their portfolios and are learning how to kind of get started. But you can look at all their portfolios over there, and there are some really good examples.
Yeah.
So.
Or I'm sure you can Pinterest too.
Yes,
Pinterest or Google.
Yeah, Pinterest has a lot of virtual assistant information.
Was that it?
Yeah, that's
okay.
It.
I made a list. Questions, but then I made a list too of what Tiff does that's like the most helpful to us. I don't know if I know or can like verbalize every single thing she does because you do have that list.
I do. I can't say it's updated.
That's okay. Because what started out as, it started out years ago of manage our Pinterest. So she would manage our Pinterest. But then it worked into, in March, was, hey, can you repurpose our content? So she just only repurposed mine and Dan's TikTok, removed the logo, which that is on snaptic.app on Safari.
The website, not the app.
Yeah, the website, not the app. The website, she would remove the TikTok logo, and then she would distribute that to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest for all of our pages. And for me, at the time, I was posting like 4 times a day or 6 times a day or whatever. So it's going onto all those apps is like several minutes each time. So once she mastered that, like several weeks of doing that, then I felt comfortable to offload other things. So what started in March with just repurposing TikToks has now turned into a lot. She helps me respond to my comments on Instagram because I turned off my comments on Facebook because I was having so many, and I'm at the point where I get anxious if I don't answer all of them because I really do like engaging with our followers and connecting with them. And so on Instagram, when people's like, hey, do you have a link for that sweater?
Yes.
Hey, do you, how do I become a surrogate? Hey, this, like, it's just answering questions like that. She'll like, oh, here's the link. Oh, here's this. Oh, thanks for following. Like really quick things. If it's something like someone's pouring their heart out to me advice, or needing something from me, she'll leave it unread or flagged so then I know I need to answer it. But she helps me respond to messages. You sometimes will engage or like or answer comments too, every now and then. She schedules out some of our Facebook posts. So on my Facebook, some people may be shocked about this because I told my mom and sister recently, my mom was like, oh, that last post was so funny. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about because I haven't posted on Facebook in a long time. But she will schedule out our Facebook posts. So the memes, engagement questions to be like, what's I don't know, you said, what's something you couldn't live without? Yeah. Or she'll post my YouTube episodes onto my long form videos. She'll post these on Facebook for me. She'll also post the thumbnail that links back to my YouTube episode. Probably 75% of the stuff on Facebook. This sounds awful for me to say because it is my platform, and this is this is probably the last month. Yeah. Maybe 2. It's my platform and I am there heavily, but she helps me keep those posts going and keeps the engagement up. That way, once it's posted, I can go in there, like, comment, engage, or whatever. Our picture this morning from when we had breakfast at the North Shore Cafe, that was me. I took a picture, I posted it, I put it up there. And so there are times where I go, or whenever we were taking off for Florida, I did get onto Facebook where I'm so excited, heading to Florida, like, can't wait. So there's times that I get on there, but she helps schedule those out, which is something that it can easily be done for a creator. is scheduling those things, because that's stuff that I just don't have time for. At the beginning, I would like send her stuff, but now she knows me well enough. She knows my humor. She knows what I stand for, my values, my beliefs, how our family dynamic is, where she knows what to source and what to post. So much so that I'll get on my Facebook and like scroll and be like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Like, did I post that? And then I'm like, oh no, that was Tim. Because it is like so much me. And so anyways, that was just like a little backstory just in case you wondered. But that's our secret, okay?
Don't tell anybody.
Because my friends and family sometimes, or one of my other friends who's a creator, she's like, dang girl, you post so much on Facebook. I'm like she helps me, and honestly, Facebook makes it super easy to schedule content, which
it does.
Which is awesome and so nice for a creator.
Yeah.
Okay. Schedules Facebook posts, repurpose their content. She does Canva graphic work for me. So my like LTK post on Like to Know It, she'll create that graphic, put the pictures on there, do the text, source the links for the sweaters, put them on there, and then post that picture to Facebook. She'll post that picture to my Instagram stories with the link, post it to LTK, post it to Pinterest. It's all about like outsourcing.
Yes.
And repurposing.
Cross-posting, repurposing. And everything that's linked are things that people have asked for so many times.
Yeah. Seriously. And so the more that I've grown, the more that our platform has grown, the more work I've offloaded to her, because it's stuff that people are asking for. So back in March, rarely was someone like, hey, can I have a link for that? Hey, can I have so we weren't really doing it. But over the past several months, it's like people, maybe it's with the holidays too, and like gifting people, what's the link for this? Or even, how to become a surrogate. Like people are asking for those things. So that's what she's doing. Mm-hmm. And so, what else?
And if we don't have a link for it, I will literally look for it.
Yes.
Everywhere.
And so again, that goes back to the trust that I have with her knowing, her knowing like where we stand and, what direction we take our content, and she knows what to post and how to approach it. So I say this as like, it does feel weird to be like, she does a lot, but also it's hope for you that you see as a content creator, truly how much help I need, because I just can't do it all on my own. So she makes it possible for me to be present on every app daily, like that I can't. So I may get on Pinterest once a month and, scroll or post whatever, but I can't do that daily. But she can.
Plus, you have all the paperwork aspect of being a content creator, and that's
the contracts,
like a huge
the emails,
load.
Yes. And so she helps with those like links and stuff. And so anyways, what are we missing? Adding pages to my website every now and then. Everything, reply to messages,
captions, descriptions,
referral links,
engagement.
She made it so we have a Facebook group for matching for surrogacy. She helps me filter who's accepted, who's not.
Make sure they're not spam accounts.
Make sure they're not spam accounts or like any weird people.
Updating website links and website whatever. Content.
Updates my websites, posts up my YouTube, or schedules my YouTube for me.
I help with the blog posts.
Blog posts now. So I'll voice note it. I'll send her the pictures. She edits it, puts the pictures in. If I'm like, hey, find the address for this restaurant we went to, she goes, finds the links, finds the address, like puts it all together, publishes it, and I like look at it, edit it. I'm like, all right, it looks good. So it's all stuff that like is needed. Creators need you.
Yes. And creators are the easiest to work for.
They do. If you have questions, there's only 3, so maybe everyone's busy. But if you have some questions, feel free to drop them in the comments.
Yeah, so I think that.
But she does a lot. And I will sing her praises. We had a good talk on the beach the other night. I was like, I am seriously so thankful for you, because it's been a huge blessing. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about with pay, one thing that I did was we started paying her a commission based off of our affiliate commission, like a bonus commission. So it's like we pay her hourly rate or whatever, but then we pay her on top of that because she's sharing and sourcing all these links. Yeah, she's getting paid for posting and paid for sourcing those links, but it's this extra bonus of the more you share that, the more you make too. So it's like, you have your base pay that you're making, but as I'm growing, so are you. And so she makes the commission on top of that. So if you're
irritated with her doing too many links for products, that's my fault.
Tiff's getting paid. That's so funny.
Or not sorry.
Right. No, sorry, not sorry. Yeah, for real. So, but that could be, you know, something that, you know, again, with creators that you work with. And I keep saying creators only because that's my world, and I know truly that I needed help. Dan and I both. We hired another assistant just for him and his pages and his podcast now. And so now she will only focus on our podcast, my YouTube, and then our other one will focus on Dan's stuff, just to keep it kind of separate. But I can speak from the creator side because that's what we are. And we can speak from a podcaster side too, because that's what Dan is. And a lot of podcasters have another job. And so they don't have time to cross post. They don't have time. I don't know how many times we've had calls with Dan's friends who are hunters who are starting a podcast, and they're like, what do I do? How do I do this? Like, how do you post to every platform? And we're like, an assistant takes the video, takes the logo off, and disperses it. And all you have to do is just learn how to do it. Once you learn, like, how did it take you a couple days maybe to get it down? A week max. Our new assistant, I gave her 2 weeks. I'm like, I know by 2 weeks, like, you're going to be completely confident in what to do and know how to do it. And I'm, like I said, I can speak from this place because I know we needed help, and other creators and podcasters need it too. So, yeah. Now, because my mind goes and it doesn't stop, now I'm thinking, like, do we need a Facebook group page just for people who are looking for virtual assistants? Because I can't refer her to anyone anymore, because I'm at the point where I don't want her to take on any more clients, because I want her accessible to me when I need her. And I'm like, if you feel like you need more money, tell me, because I don't want you to leave, because I am so thankful for her. And as a virtual assistant, it's like you want a client.
You want to retain your client, not a project client.
Yes. You want a client that sees your value and that you don't want to leave either, right?
Right, no.
I'm like, tell me that. No, just joking. I know that. So we're both at the place where, like, I need her, she needs me, and I'm thankful. But I can't refer her to I can't refer you to anyone anymore. And so people are like, Sam, how do you do it? How are you posting?
And they're asking for my information.
Yeah, and you're like,
I feel so bad.
You're like, at this point, I'm not taking any more clients on because she's not. So I'm like, maybe we need to start a Facebook group of, like, hey, you need assistant. Hey, you are assistant. Meet. Like a dating app.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Do you want another page to manage?
A match group.
I mean,
oh man, that's hilarious.
I'm gonna go to bed thinking about this. And probably tomorrow you're gonna wake up and there's gonna be a group of. I probably
so
shouldn't.
accurate.
I probably shouldn't. But I probably should. I have no quit and I don't know how to stop. Anyways, hopefully you think it's as funny as me, but probably not.
That's hilarious.
Oh, am I missing a comment, or is this the same comment? Oh, there we go. Hi, Miranda. That's pretty awesome though, Tiff, knowing that well. Oh, with her posting for me. It was seriously so funny whenever, I can't remember, this one day I was scrolling and it was like this meme or something, and it was just too funny. I was like, this is so, I'm like, did I post that?
And I think you even texted me to ask if I
because on the back end, when I view my page, or when you view it, we can see, it'll say like posted by Tiff or Tiffany. Yeah. So then I know, like, oh, it was her. But on your end, you can't see. You just see Weird Dan and Sam posted.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to look, like, it was so funny that I was like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh, that was Tiff. So anyways, but, and if there's like, I want to say since March, I don't even think there's something that I was like, oh yeah, that probably wasn't good to post, or oh, you did that wrong. I honestly don't even think there's been a time.
Oh, that's good.
The worst is like, she'll misspell a word, but that's it.
Yeah, that's me.
But that's it. So, like, I've only noticed maybe 2 words. You noticed one.
Eddie Bauer.
I didn't even notice it.
Your followers notice it.
They're attentive.
They call me out.
They're like,
they call you out.
Sam, spell your words right.
She gets the blame.
So funny. No. That's really hilarious.
I try to use Grammarly for everything, like copy and paste it into there, like for all the blogs and that. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. You have a lot of.
I'll
errors.
be typing.
Stupid auto though.
It is autocorrect. No, if I'm doing something, I'm like, Dan, how do you spell this? Because he's like Matilda's math.
Mine too.
But he's like, he's so smart. And so I just asked him, how do you spell this? But yeah, I do make a lot of typos and mistakes. My mom's like, you spelled something wrong in your stories. I'm like, well, my story expires in 24 hours. I can't go back and edit it now, so it is what it is. My sister will send me a screenshot of my Instagram post, and she'll be like, you spelled that wrong. And I'm like, so then I go back and edit it. But I just type too fast. My fingers like, I'm like, I don't know. I go too fast.
That's
but
funny.
Anyways, well, that was fun. Hope you guys had good insight. This video should save to the page, the event page, and then her outline is pinned in the comments. And maybe one day soon we'll start a match group for virtual assistants and people who need virtual assistants. It would probably be really narrow. Like, I would only accept people who know me personally who want an assistant, and then people
influencers,
who, and then people who virtual assistants who like we can vet ourselves, we can vouch for in a sense. I mean, I can't like vouch for them, but someone who like is legit. I see their platforms, I don't know, do like a private group.
I mean, a lot of people ask you
People can still
if
search.
they can help you with virtual assistants.
Yeah. I'll be like, guys, I'm looking for a YouTube editor, and everyone's in my comments.
Yes.
I can help. I know how to edit.
Yes.
So I know there's people in need, and there's so many creators that I'll message, the ones that have 1.3 million on TikTok and 50K on Instagram. I'm like, girl, get on this, like, cross post. You need to do this because all you have right now is TikTok, and if TikTok fails, sorry. I'm like, my TikTok account right now is like there's like a warning on it because of TikTok has so many guidelines, which my TikTok's at 370. Well, if my TikTok goes away, that's okay. I got 500K here. I got 100K on Instagram. Like, I'm okay with that. Anyways, I'm going on like a rampage here. Just saying, creators 100% need your help. Podcasters 100% need your help. Executive assistants, that's more of like a legit assistant job. Wedding planners, I can speak from 3 people right here. Wedding planner, creator, author. I'm an Amazon author. And podcaster. I can speak from those areas and saying that my 4 personalities need help. And yeah, you can offer it. And if you learn quickly, this is the thing about Tiff. She learns quickly. She's teachable, trustworthy,
I'll take your correction.
knowledgeable, or willing to work. You what?
I'll take your correction.
Teachable, and goes with the flow, like real flexible. What's it? Like, sometimes I'll text her at like 9 at night, be like, hey, I know it's super late. First thing in the morning, can you do this? Or, hey, can you do this?
Don't do
like,
that for a bad client, though.
Yeah, don't.
Just a good one.
Yeah, just be like, I'm out. Put your phone on silent. Sorry, didn't get your text or
These
email.
are my business hours.
Yeah, for real. But, yeah, so, anyways, hope you enjoyed it, and it was fun to sit here and chat. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh,
I'm like,
good.
I see all what you do now. I mean, I do know,
Yeah,
but
you know.
Anyways, have a good night. We'll see you guys.